Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this week's edition of our podcast. My name is Emelike Ukpabi, and this is Tackling Debt with Emelike Ukpabi. I'm your host. And this week we're going to be talking about taking control of your numbers, taking control of, how much you owe. But before we dive in, I want to highlight our $1 billion challenge. The initiative is open to everyone, but it's focused mainly on the Black community in Canada. And our goal, ambitious yet achievable, is to reduce the community's total debt by $1 billion. $1 billion. Now, in reality, debt continues to weigh heavily on our community. But imagine the impact we could collectively, if we could collectively lighten that burden, free more families, to save, to invest, and contribute more to Canada's growth. That number may seem large, but let's break it down. If 100,000 families each reduce their debt by $10,000, we've hit our goal. With over 5.4 million members of the Black community in Canada, we might even surpass that. The topics we discuss here are designed to guide and empower you to help achieve this goal. We're still developing a community-wide tracker, to monitor our collective progress. In the meantime, you can start by tracking your personal debt reduction daily, weekly, or monthly. Every small step counts. Okay, so let's dive into the topic for today, which is facing your total debt. When you think of pulling every bill together, every loan, every credit card balance, your stomach tightens. You might push the thought away by thinking, I will deal with it later. Well, that's avoidance, and that's incredibly common. If you don't know how much you owe, if you don't have a total number of what you owe, that means you're not on a plan to reduce your debt. You're like happy-go-lucky, right? Keep paying the minimum balance and so on and so forth. It's a psychological protection mechanism. Psychologically you feel good. No news is good news, right? You don't know what you owe, so that's good news. That's dangerous, Now, avoidance protects us from feeling shame, failure, or fear. But here's the trap. While you're avoiding the numbers, interest keeps adding up quietly in the background. The debt grows whether or not you look at it. It's like closing your eyes during a storm and hoping that the wind stops blowing. Okay? Now, the turning point comes when you realize that number, your total debt, is not a judgment of your worth. It's neutral. It's just a number. Think of it. It's like a medical result, A high cholesterol number doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you have committed a crime. It simply means you have information about a plan. Same goes for your money. The number is a feedback, not a failure. Okay, so let's do this, right? I'm just going to outline what needs to be done to come up with this number. Create a simple list, not fancy, just facts. Write down every debt you have: credit cards, student loans, car loans, medical bills, whatever, debt that you have. Next to each one, jot 4 pieces of information: the name of the debt or the lender, the balance you owe, the interest rate, and the minimum payment each month. When you have that list, add up the total balance across everything. That will be your total number of what you owe. Now, let's be honest, that part can sting. Seeing your final number can be shocking, but remember, this isn't doom. it's your starting line. It's the beginning of a plan, to help you stay ahead, to help you reduce your debt, right? Now, once you're faced with this total, notice how your inner voice might say, this is hopeless. How did I get myself into this mess? How do I owe this much? Right? Can I ever get financial freedom? I mean, these are questions that, linger on in your head and causes problems. But we have to realize your total debt isn't a sentence, it's a target. Think of it like, you're training for a goal. The runner doesn't say, I have to run 26 miles, I will never make it. They say, how can I train mile by mile to get there, right? So you can track your progress the same way. As you're reducing your debt, let's say, for example, you owe 30,000 and you have a plan and you work towards your plan. 30,000 becomes 25,000, 25,000 becomes 20,000, and so on until, it's taken care of. I mean, there has to be purpose, there has to be intention, there has to be discipline, to help you get there. Now, what we need to do this week is to schedule a 1-hour one-on-one with yourself, a meeting with yourself. Be honest with yourself, right? And do that exercise, which is to list all these things. You can put it on your diary or your to-do list, or however you organize yourself, right? Now remember, this isn't at this stage, we're just trying to put the numbers in front of us. It's not like, we're going to do a full repayment of whatever we owe, right? It's just to a guide. So once that number is out in the open, once you're done with that exercise, something in you shifts. You're no longer running from it, which is a problem. You're standing in control of it. The moment of honesty marks the beginning of change. Let's keep that in mind, okay? So let's focus on that this week. Make sure by the next episode, we all have our numbers, total of what we owe. It's not going to be comfortable, but necessary step, okay? Now, in the next edition, we're going to be talking about some emotion behind spending. It's not just the math. I mean, the debt is how much you owe, how much you can pay back, but there's something more behind it. There's something more to it, right? So we'll look at emotion, habits, and underlying beliefs that can trap even the smartest people, and keep people in cycles of debt, right? Now, before we sign off, I want to make a heartfelt appeal. Are you struggling with overwhelming debt? Are you feeling trapped or ashamed to talk about it? Maybe it's been hard to reach out to friends or family because of how heavy it feels. Now, know that you don't have to face this alone. You can reach out to me. I can connect you to professionals who can help without judgment. You can contact me anytime via email. My email down there, Emelike Ukpabi1@gmail.com. Okay. Now, if you're enjoying my content and you want to see more videos like this, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe button on my YouTube channel. Okay. I've got more episodes coming, things to excite you, to help us as we pursue our $1 billion challenge. And I'd love for you to be part of that challenge and part of this community. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you never miss what's next, okay? Let's grow together, all right? So thank you very much for tuning in, and see you next time. Bye-bye.